Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we will use form in HTML. That how we will make a form. Here I have make a form for myself. For example, here payment form I have make. So, for example, if you want to make a payment form, so give the heading of the payment. For example, H1. And here if I like write payment form. Similarly, if you want, for example, here I have already made it make form and contact information. So write down H2 contact information. And if you want to make a form, so here I have make form, so you need to write form here. And in form you need to write here what you need. For example, form here you will write, not here. We need to write all these coding in form. So write here form. For this we will remove the action because it is needed for the server. For the time being we are not connecting it with the server, so we leave the action empty. And in this form I have written two types. One is payment form, which is heading 1, and the next one is contact information. For example, I want, normally when we open a form, so there is display first name, last name. If I write here ptech, in this if I write here input write input, select this one, input is text, and before input if I write here name, comma. Similarly, if I write first name, if we copy it, Control C, Control V, and here we change it last name. If we save it, and from browser if I open this one, so here is payment form, contact information, first name, last name. Now if I want to make a button here, what we need to do? For button we need to write, for example, if I want to before button I want to make address, email, pin code. So for address I will select the text area. For example, if I copy this one, Control C and Control V, and here if I write down address, and here text area. In text area, there it shows 30 columns and 10 rows. For example, I want to write here is 20 columns and 20 rows. What will happen? Let's see. Save it. And now refresh it. Here you will see that address is appeared with 20 rows and 20 columns. For example, if I make it 5 columns and now save it, refresh it. So this is 5 column, reduce it. So if I make it 50 and make it here 5, let's see what happens. It means that here is 5 rows and 50 columns. It is divided in 5 rows and 50 columns. You can increase and decrease by increasing or decreasing the columns and rows here. If here I write down text area, this is the ID which is needed in whenever we are connecting it with the server. So now what we next to do, if I want to address email, for email we will write the input type email, and for pin code, for example email and pin code, if I copy this one so that it will take short time, and here if I paste it and here I write down email, and here if I select the input type email, here if I see it, input type is email, and so if I write here if this is email, and similarly if I write down here pin code, I will select this number because normally pin code we give it in numbers. Save it and let's see what happens when we refresh it. Email, pin code, okay, correct. Now if we want card type, for card type we will give that which type of card it is. So for card type, if I give the heading and here if I write down H4 and here I write down card type, so for card type we need to give the select option. In select option we will give the select tag and option tag. So here we will use two tag, select tag and option tag. So here if I write here select take selection, and in selection here if I write here here I will put what happens. Yes, here I will write name and ID, and if you don't write this even then it will work, but here I will write in selection option the option values, so here I will write option, and in option I will write value, so here I will write down in value. I will leave this one because here I will write down select from the following. Similarly, I will copy this one, Control C, and here I will put enter, Control V. Here I will write Visa, and this one will be Visa card. Similarly, we will copy this one, Control C. Here I will write Control V, and if you change it PayPal, and here also write down PayPal, similarly if you copy this one and here write down J's cash, and here you write down J's cash, save it. Let's see what happens. And if I select this one, here maybe there is some mistake, 3 option is not coming, selection, and here if I remove this one, card type, here if I write let's see what happens, what we did the mistake, card type, select, that option is select, not selection, sorry, select, and here we will copy this one, Control C, and we will remove this one, Control V, remove from here. Now here you see that there is P tag, so write down P tag, and now You will see what happens. Post this C tag from here, Control X, Control V. Now save it. Now good. Now you can select the Visa card, or you can select the PayPal, or you can select the Jcash. If you refresh it, so automatically it will select from the following. Hopefully you can understand that how we will make the card type using the select option. So you can use the select option. Here one thing I have missed is that one. For example, if I write down gender, if I write down P, and here I write down gender, in gender if I write down the input tag, and input, here is different option button, and for example I write down the input, and here if I write down text, name is equal to gender, and for gender we have to select type radio. For gender we need to select type radio. So here I will write down radio, and if I write here, for example, for gender we have write male and female, male and female, male, and similarly if I copy this one, copy this one, and if I paste here, and here if I write down female, so both our name is same, gender. The reason is that if I change it, I will also tell that what effect will be there on the web page. If I change the name of the male is I also kept the name of the name is gender, and also kept name is gender. Now if I save it, let's see what happens. Male, female. So you can select either one, either male or female. If I change the name of this gender 1, and here if I write down gender 2, so then I can select both of them, male as well as female, but normally we select the one, so that's why we kept the name here also gender and here also gender. If the name is same, then you can select either one in the both two options. So either can select male or either I can select female. And now we have make a payment form, contact information, first name, last name, address, email, pin code here we put is here is number, so you can select the number from here because we make it number. You can select either one, either male or female. You can't select the both. Here we can select the both, so I will again check it. I will save it. Again I will refresh it. Now let's see what happens. Now yes, now it working correctly because either we will select the only one. Now I want to make here a button. So here inside the form again I will take the input, or you just write down input, and here select this option, input button. Now submit the information, or only write down submit, save it. Let's see what happens. Here you can see the submit button. In this way you can make a form. Now we have make a payment form, first name, last name, address, email, PIN number. For example, first name is Kim, last name is John, address is USA, email is whatever be the email, @gmail.com. For example, PIN code number is 7, gender is male, and PayPal, or you can select the Visa card, and then you can submit the information. Hopefully this video will be helpful for you. Thank you very much.